hello from Macomb City Hall. This is Macomb Mayor Mike Inman, and it is Wednesday, the 3rd of March, and we're here with the most recent information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic here in Macomb and McDonough County. This is very fresh information directly from the McDonough County Health Department, reporting an update on case activity, and we'll be sharing that with you here in its entirety. So they're reporting today, and I know it's been a week or so since we last met, but this is activity that they're reporting since yesterday, the 2nd. They're reporting 4 new additional cases and 4 new recovered cases. So the total case count is 2,324 cases since the onset of the pandemic. They're currently tracking a total of 23 active cases here in McDonough County, 2,251 recovered folks, and then again, unfortunately, a total of 50 deaths recorded in McDonough County. So again, we're going to talk about some consistent information sharing here and talk about not only the fact that testing is occurring, but vaccinations are continuing to occur. We'll give you a little update on that. And then we will remind you, as always, we still need to continue, no matter where you're at in this process, whether you've gotten tested and you're negative, or you're got your first dose of vaccine and you're waiting for your second dose, or you've got your second dose, there still is, because of some uncertain scientific data yet, we're still not certain if you're still capable of transmitting the disease, even without symptoms. Still, mask, face coverings are still part of the equation here, along with social distancing and frequent hand washing. And again, we're plugging right along through the traditional flu season too, and quite coincidentally, those numbers seem to be down historically. So that's good. We're making good progress. So let's talk about the testing component. First of all, tomorrow, the 4th, Thursday the 4th, there's an opportunity for you to participate in the testing ran by the Illinois Department of Public Health out at Western's Q Lot next to Tanner Hall, Tanner Circle. Again, that's free. It's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Take a couple of minutes out of your day. It won't take long. Get in line. And again, it's important that we identify people that may be totally asymptomatic, that could be still capable of spreading the virus. You don't have to have symptoms, don't have to have a doctor's order, don't have to have any real reason to go out and be tested. We would just encourage you to do that. This is a service that the Illinois Department of Public Health is picking up the tab for and helping us as a community keep a better track and tabs of the virus floating around the community. So right now, here in McDonough County, the overall positivity rate is below 2%. It's 1.7 this afternoon, so that's a good sign. But still, we should need to be actively monitoring, and again, it's fairly non-invasive. You get to swab your own nostrils. It's pretty contactless. You're able to give the samples back to the attendants there. And again, they're saying that the turnaround time for the results is somewhere between 4 and 7 days, but the practical aspect of that, based on my own personal experience, is that it's about 48 hours. So again, testing at the IDPH site on the campus of Western Illinois University. MDH's testing site, excuse me, by the way, that's 8 to 4 tomorrow at the university. The McDonough District Hospital testing site, those days and times are listed at the bottom of your screen now. And through the end of this week, they'll continue to offer that through the emergency room, the emergency department at MDH. But look for a significant change. They'll be taking that into their new drive-through testing building. That's scheduled to come online Monday, so look for a confirmation announcement from MDH between now and next Monday. But until then, continue to go to the emergency room. There's no fee. You're not getting charged for an ER visit or anything like that. It's just inside the ER, and they'll take care of you there. And of course, it's still available through CVS, and that's a pre-appointment necessary. So the testing component is well established here in Macomb, and we're grateful for that. Please take advantage of that so we can have that one aspect of that component in place and active. So vaccinations, we're getting some encouraging indications from sources not only at the health department but the state and federal level that more COVID-19 vaccine is being made available for distribution, and we should see an uptick in those available numbers of vaccines over the next 5 to 10 days. Excuse me. You may have seen over the weekend where the Federal Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization for Johnson & Johnson's 1-dose vaccine. There's every reason to believe we'll be getting that vaccine here in the Macomb, McDonough County area sometime within the next week to 10 days or so. That should again increase the number of doses overall available. That includes those Moderna and Pfizer vaccines that have been available up to now. Those are also ramping up, given information that was released through the federal government earlier today. So I would ask you to remember that it's getyourcovidshot.com. That information is at the bottom. That's the scheduling component here locally in McDonough County. Indications from the health department that scheduling website should be updated sometime tomorrow, Thursday. So start maybe midday looking for opportunities to get scheduled for your first and second dose. Those are both be available now. Right now online, I think there's a very limited number, and when I say very limited number, it's maybe a handful or less of availability for second dose, and those are for folks in the 1B category, those first responders, frontline workers, things like that. But there's every reason to believe that maybe midday or so tomorrow that there would be opportunities to have that website scheduler updated and you'd be able to get online. So check that, check back with it frequently. Again, it's getyourcovidshot.com. So speaking of that, just 7,166 total vaccinated folks here in McDonough County. Of that, kind of evenly split between the number of folks 65 and older, about 3,630, and folks 16 to 64, 3,537 for that total of 7,166 total vaccinations given in McDonough County. And of that, residents of McDonough County who have been vaccinated, just to be clear and transparent here, those are folks that may have been vaccinated at sites outside the county but reside here. So that's McDonough County residents, have 7,166. The 7-day average doses administered are 204. We would look to see that number rising here as additional vaccines are available here in the near future. And then the total number of second doses administered, in other words, those folks that are completely vaccinated, is just shy of 2,300 at 2,297 for about 7.7% of the population here in McDonough County fully vaccinated. So those are encouraging signs. I know that there's still a great number of folks in the community that are still anxious about getting signed up for those shots, getting not only their first shot, but looking to get their second. Just encouraging you to, as much as possible, and again, and I know the anxiety level is high, but be as patient as you can, and know that there appears to be additional vaccines rolling out, not only here locally, but nationwide, statewide. So the hope would be that in the next week or so, there should be a significant number of, when I say significant, maybe in some cases, we've been averaging maybe 200-300 doses a week. We might see a doubling of that, so that's encouraging. And again, Mike, that's all predicated on those actual vaccines being delivered and the logistics of getting them delivered not only here but everywhere. So those are all encouraging signs. Again, with the understanding, still have to maintain those mitigation tools until we get a little farther in the process. Here we are, soon to be a first full week of March behind us, almost unbelievable in some cases that we're well into spring, beautiful weather, and I think all in all a more positive approach to things, a positive outlook. So we're encouraged by that. We would ask you to be encouraged about that too, but also mindful that we'd still ask you to reach out to friends, neighbors, loved ones who are still homebound or somehow suffering from additional mitigation or restrictions in their movement. Reach out to them by phone, whatever means is safest. Reassure them the best you can. Help them out if that's within your capabilities. If nothing else, maybe a quick phone call or just to let them know that you were thinking about them will go a long ways to reassuring them that things are headed the right direction. And again, we'd ask for those of you that may be experiencing some additional stress and anxiety as it relates to the whole pandemic to reach out, talk to folks, work through get perspective, and if that means seeking out professional help, we would sure encourage you to do that. We have several providers here locally, and I'm sure they would be able to help all of us get through this. It's the right thing to do. So we also want to remind our small business folks that the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity will be hosting a webinar this Friday at 11 o'clock. The link to that can be found now at the bottom of your screen, and I know it's going to be up there long enough for you to jot it down. But you can also check the Macomb Downtown website and Facebook page. It'll be posted on there, so you can just click on that link and get signed up to participate in that webinar. If you're one of our local business persons that are looking for additional opportunities to offset some of the difficulties you've experienced during the pandemic, we would sure encourage you to do that. Even if you'd been applied and turned down before, or if somehow you didn't meet the matrix from the first round, it's changed and rather substantially. So we'd ask you to check it out. And if you have questions, although the city is not directly administering the program, either Kristen Terry in the Downtown Development Office or John Bannon or any of the folks at the Community Development Office, their numbers, their contact information is located on your screen now, or Lauren Merritt at the Chamber Office, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, or Kim Pierce at the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation, all available and willing to help you walk through some of those steps. Again, we're not the issuing agency, but we have got some background and can help where we can encourage to get through the process so it's as maneuverable, shall we say, as possible. So again, we're encouraged by some of the developments, particularly about the more widespread availability of vaccines being with the addition of Johnson & Johnson and the availability of some other existing Pfizer, Moderna. Again, that's not going to happen today or tomorrow, or maybe even until maybe next week, but it's coming. And we're grateful for that, and again, very optimistic. So if there's anything we can help with, even if it's just to be as a sounding board, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the City Hall, whether it's my office, City Administrator, any of the offices here at City Hall. Will be happy to provide what information we have available for sharing, and we'll be glad to do that. So for now, that'll do it. Thank you very much.